We're diving deep into the world of coins worth big money, specifically that 2020 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar that's got collectors losing their minds and opening their wallets wide. So sit back, grab your change jar, and let's find out if you're sitting on a mini jackpot. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2020 Washington quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series. Each design on the back celebrates a different national park or historic site. Now, the D Mint mark means it was minted in Denver, which already makes it kind of cool because let's face it, coins from Denver just sound tougher, but not every 2020 D quarter is worth thousands. So don't go trying to trade your laundry quarters for a yacht just yet. What makes this particular 2020 D quarter worth a staggering 91 grand is a combination of rare errors and pristine condition. Think of it like finding a misprinted Pokemon card that never made it into full circulation. It's rare, it's weird, and collectors are obsessed now. These kinds of coins typically have a major mint error like off-center strikes, double dies, or even coins struck on the wrong metal planche. It sounds fancy, right? Basically, the mint messed up and accidentally made your quarter a celebrity. Let me tell you a quick story. I was at a flea market last year. You know, the kind where there's always someone selling mismatched salt shakers and vintage Beanie Babies. I spotted this old shoebox full of coins. Naturally, I dove in like a pirate looking for buried treasure. I found a few state quarters, a wheat penny, and then this one shiny quarter with a D on it and a weird-looking Remy. Paid the guy a whole $1 for the box. $1. He even threw in a complimentary suspicious glare. I didn't think much of it, tossed the coins in a drawer. Fast forward a couple of months, I'm watching a YouTube video just like this one, and bam, that weird D quarter they were showing looked exactly like mine. Turns out mine was worth about $40. Okay, not 91,000, but I turned $1 box into $40. Not too shabby, and the thrill, let me tell you, finding a valuable coin is better than any scratch-off ticket because there's no losing. Worst case, you still have legal tender. Best case, boom, coin magic. Now you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 2020 D quarter is one of those? Here's what to look for. First, check the reverse. That's the back. Depending on the design, some versions like the Weir Farm or Tallgrass Prairie have shown up with strike errors. Next, check for doubling, like if the letters or numbers look a little fuzzy or stacked, that might be a double die error, and that's like coin collector catnip. Also pay attention to the coin's condition. If it looks like it was chewed up by a lawnmower, probably not going to fetch big bucks, but if it's shiny, crisp, and basically flawless, you might just have yourself a winner. Collectors love coins that are graded MS 67 or higher. That means it's practically fresh off the mint's press, no scratches, no fingerprints, no snack residue, and yes, some people get their coins professionally graded. It's like sending your quarter to a coin spa. The big winner, the one that sold for 91,000, had a crazy error and was in mint condition, pun fully intended. So next time you get change at the gas station or dig through your couch cushions, don't be so quick to spend that 2020 quarter with a little D on it. It might just be your lucky day. Coins like this remind us that treasure can hide in plain sight, right in your pocket or forgotten in a jar on your dresser. And if you're even a little curious about the coins jangling around your house, you're in the right place. Subscribe for more coin tips, collecting hacks, and stories about how regular folks like you and me found coins worth real money. Hey, if I can turn a flea market shoebox into $40, you can definitely find your own mini jackpot. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, smash subscribe for more coin hunting adventures, and tap the bell so you never miss a chance to cash in on your change. Thanks for watching, happy hunting, and may your next quarter be worth more than your last paycheck. Have you ever dropped a quarter and thought, meh, just a quarter? Well, you might want to start crawling under your couch because one specific 2017 quarter is worth a jaw-dropping $91,000. Yup, 91K for a coin you probably used to buy gum. Now, before you go tearing through your change jar like a raccoon in a dumpster, let's talk about why this coin is so valuable, how to spot one, and the story of how I almost threw away a coin worth hundreds. Spoiler, I cried a little. That if you're into coins, cash, and cool stories, or just want a reason to yell, I'm rich, in the middle of your living room, stick around. Alright, let's get into the good stuff. We're talking about the 2017 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark. That D stands for Denver, not Darang. That's valuable, although in this case, both apply. The 2017 quarter we're focused on is from the Ozark Riverways National Park series, part of the America the Beautiful program. Normally, these quarters are worth, well, 25 cents. But one very specific error version of this coin sold $4.91. Let me say that again. $91,000. For a quarter. So, what makes this tiny treasure worth more than most people's cars? It's all about the error. This $91,000 coin wasn't just a regular quarter. It had what collectors call a major double die error. That means during the minting process, the die shifted ever so slightly, like it had one too many energy drinks, and it created doubling on the letters, numbers, or even the image. On this particular quarter, the doubling appeared on Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. When you look at it under magnification, the letters look like they have a shadow or are slightly off, like the coin version of a double exposure photo. That's a major red flag to coin collectors, and I mean red flag in the best possible way. It's the kind of error they drool over. Now here's where it gets funny, or tragic, depending on how you look at it. Storytime.so, a couple years back, I was digging through my loose change, mostly just trying to scrounge up enough quarters for laundry. And I spot this shiny 2017 D quarter. It looked different, real clean. Something about the letters looked weird. I stared at it, squinted like I was trying to see through a locked door, and eventually said, meh, and spent it on a Snickers bar. A month later, I'm watching a video, just like the one you're watching right now, and bam, there it was. That weird doubling I saw? Yeah. That exact coin, valued at over $50,000 at the time. I paused the video, stared at the wall, and whispered, I ate my coin. Okay, technically I spent it, but you get the idea. Let that be a lesson, folks. Always check your change before feeding your sweet tooth. Now let's talk about how you can spot one of these 91K babies. A 2017 quarter with a D mint mark on the front, just right of Washington's ponytail. Check the reverse. It should feature the Ozark Riverways design with the mill and trees. Now grab a magnifying glass. Seriously. Or use your phone camera and zoom in. Look closely at Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. If the letters look doubled or have an echo effect, ding ding ding, you may have hit the jackpot. Also, condition matters. A coin in uncirculated condition, mint state, is worth way more. But even a circulated one with that rare error could bring in thousands. So, what do you do if you think you found one? Don't just toss it back into your coin jar. Get it professionally graded. You can send it to services like PCGS or NGC. If it's real, they'll slab it, grade it, and boom, you've got certified coin treasure. So there you have it. That little 2017 D quarter sitting in your car cup holder could be your ticket to $91,000. That's enough to pay off debt, buy a new car, or invest in, I don't know, more coins. Listen, you don't have to become a coin nerd overnight. But if you're like me and you love the idea of hidden value in everyday stuff, especially in something as overlooked as spare change, then welcome to the club. Before you go flipping through your sofa cushions like a detective on a mission, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. That I'm always sharing tips, real coin stories, and how to spot coins worth money that might be hiding in plain sight. And hey, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or had a tragic, I spent it story like mine. Misery loves company. Thanks for hanging out today, and remember, your next trip to the vending machine might make you rich. What if I told you that the shiny little 2016 quarter sitting in your junk drawer might be worth a mind-blowing $91,000? Yep, that's not a typo. $91K. You'd probably stop using quarters for vending machines, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the story of the 2016 P Mint Mark Washington quarter, how it went from spare change to superstar status, and what you need to look for so you don't accidentally give away a small fortune. So, the coin we're talking about is the 2016 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. Now, normally 2016 quarters aren't anything special. They're part of the America the Beautiful series, celebrating parks and historic sites from each state. And yeah, most are worth, well, 25 cents. Not exactly treasure chest material. But here's where things get spicy. There's a specific 2016 P quarter that's sold for $91,000 at auction. That's like buying a brand new car or 10,000 tacos. Your call. Now, you're probably wondering what made that quarter so valuable. Great question. It wasn't because George Washington had a new haircut. It's all about mint errors and high-grade condition. The $91,000 coin was in nearly perfect shape, graded as MS68+ by a top coin grading company. That's like finding a unicorn in your sock drawer. Combine that pristine condition with a rare mint error, like a double die, off-center strike, or die clash, and bam! Collectors go wild. Bidding wars break out. Quarters become royalty. Let me tell you a quick story. So last year, I was cleaning out my car. You know, that awkward moment when you realize your backseat has become a coin zoo. I found a handful of quarters and thought, probably just enough for a sad cup of gas station coffee. But being the coin nerd I am, I checked them under a magnifying glass. Lo and behold, I had a 2016 P quarter. Not a $91,000 one, unfortunately. Mine had scratches, fingerprints, and what might have been dried ketchup. But it made me realize how many of us have valuable coins and don't even know it. Grab your 2016 P quarters. Look for any that are in shiny, untouched condition. Then check for oddities, doubling in the lettering, misaligned strikes, or other funky errors. And if you think you've got a gem, get it graded for $91,000. It's worth the effort, right? So there you have it, the 2016 P Washington quarter. Most are worth a quarter, but some might just be your ticket to early retirement, or at least a very impressive Taco Tuesday. Before you go digging through your couch cushions, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a video about coins that could make you money. That we're all about helping you turn pocket change into real change. Literally, got a cool coin story? Drop it in the comments. I love reading them. What if I told you that a coin from your pocket change? Yeah, that little jingler under your couch cushion from 2015 is worth up to $91,000. Nope, not kidding, not April Fools, not a prank show, this is real. And you might be sitting on a jackpot without even knowing it. Today we're talking about the 2015 P Mint Mark Washington quarter, and why one of these coins sold for a jaw-dropping $91K. So grab your coin jar or your pants from 2015 and let's see if you're secretly rich. Alright, so the 2015 P Washington quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series. In 2015, the U.S. Mint released 5 different quarters featuring different national parks and sites. The ones for that year were Homestead, Nebraska, Kisatchie, Louisiana, Blue Ridge Parkway, North Carolina, Bombay, Hook, Delaware, and Saratoga, New York. The P Mint mark means it was made in Philadelphia, which, fun fact, is one of the oldest mints and also home to the Liberty Bell, which is cracked just like my patience when I see someone using rare coins in vending machines. Now here's the thing, millions of these quarters were made, so what makes one worth 91 grand? Let me tell you a little story. One lazy Sunday, I'm going through a roll of quarters because you know some people binge Netflix, I binge coin rolls. Anyway, I find a 2015 P Bombay Hook quarter that looks a little off the birds. I looked like it had an extra eyelid or something, turns out it was a small die clash. Error, nothing major, but I got it graded and sold it for like 50 bucks. Which I used to buy more coin rolls, so really the circle of life continues. But then I heard about this legendary 2015 P quarter that sold for over 90K. It had an extreme double die obverse, which basically means some parts of the design are stamped twice, and very noticeably in this case the doubling was on Washington's face and letters. So clear even my grandma with her 1950s glasses could spot it. Collectors go bananas for strong double die errors, especially on newer coins because they're rare and totally unexpected. And this one was in near perfect condition, which adds even more to the value. Now most 2015 P quarters are worth just 25 cents, maybe a dollar or two if they're super clean or have a minor error, but if you find one with a significant die error and it's in mint state condition, get it graded professionally by PCGS or NGC because it could be worth thousands if not tens of thousands. And if it happens to be the unicorn one that sold for 91K, well, go ahead and scream into a pillow, then call me so I can celebrate with you. So here's the deal, check your pockets, your old wallets, your glove box, wherever your random quarters hide. That 2015 P Washington quarter might just be the financial plot twist you never saw coming, and hey, even if you don't find the big one, you'll have fun hunting and learning, and hey, maybe even score a few cool finds along the way. Now, if you're into coins that are secretly valuable, if you like turning pocket change into profit, and if you enjoy hanging out with someone who once spent a whole weekend sorting pennies while binge eating cereal, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss more money-making coin tips. Thanks for watching. Now go check your change, and may the mint gods be ever in your favor. We're diving into the mysterious world of the 2014 P Mint Mark Washington quarter, why it's turning heads in the collector world, and what makes one special enough to snag a value north of 90 grand. So grab your coffee, check your couch cushions, and let's find out if you've been tipping your barista with treasure. Okay, let's start with the basics. The 2014 Washington quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series. Specifically, it features the Everglades National Park design on the reverse. You'll see a bird, some swampy grass, and the general vibe of Florida without the alligators trying to eat you. Now, most of these coins are worth, you guessed it, 25 cents, but a select few made at the Philadelphia Mint with the little P mark have fetched absolutely wild prices at auction. I am talking like luxury vacation in Italy, pay off your student loans, buy a used Tesla, and still have change kind of money. So what makes this one quarter jump from pocket change to power player? Let's talk about condition and errors. The $91K Superstar sold at auction was in pristine condition. We're talking mint state 69, practically untouched, like it was handled by angels wearing gloves. under museum lights in zero gravity, but it's not just condition. Some of these high-value coins have special die errors like doubling off-center strikes or strange plating issues. Basically, if it looks weird, don't toss it. Google it. Let me tell you a quick story. I was once sorting through a big jar of change I'd been ignoring since high school just for fun. No, because I like to pretend I'm a pirate hunting treasure in a glass jar. Anyway, I spotted a super shiny quarter from 2014. I looked closer, saw the P mint mark, almost fainted. Spoiler alert, it wasn't the $91,000 one, but still, it was worth about $20 because of some minor die clash marks. Not bad for a coin that had been chilling under old gum wrappers for 8 years. Moral of the story: treasure hides in weird places, and your junk drawer might be richer than you think now. If you've got a 2014 P quarter, look for these signs: super shiny, uncirculated condition, any odd markings or errors, double lines on letters or numbers, off-center design, weird colors or textures. If it looks even slightly strange, get it appraised or grade serious. Slide by lunch with it. Alright, treasure hunters, let's bring it home. That 2014 P mint mark Washington quarter might just be the surprise jackpot you didn't know you had. Next time you're digging for quarters at the laundromat, keep your eyes peeled. That plain-looking coin could turn into your new favorite family heirloom. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, learned something new, or just like the idea of making thousands of dollars from pocket change, smash that subscribe button, hit the like, drop a comment if you found anything cool in your change, and don't forget I am here every week dropping tips and coins worth money and strategies to turn your coin stash into a side hustle, because money doesn't grow on trees, it grows in your couch cushions. Catch you next time, and happy hunting. Do you like this personality? How can I verify if my 2014 P quarter has errors? Any tips for storing valuable coins safely? We're talking about a 2001 Washington quarter from Denver, and it just sold for a jaw-dropping $91,000. That's right, $91,000. For a coin you could have found in your laundry pile. So don't go anywhere, because in this video we're diving deep into the story behind this pricey little beauty, how you can spot one like it, and why checking your pocket change might be the smartest thing you do all week. Let's start with the basics. The 2001 D Washington quarter. It's a state quarter, minted in Denver. That's what the D stands for. And it was part of the 50 state quarters program that started back in 1999. You know, back when flip phones were still cool and everyone had that weird urge to frost their hair tips. Now, on the surface, the 2001 D quarter doesn't look all that special. There were millions of them made, and they've been jingling around in soda machines and car ashtrays ever since. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of these quarters, like the one that sold for 91 grand, have major errors. We're talking about minting mistakes, and in the coin world, mistakes are money. Ironic, right? This particular coin had what's called a double die error. That means the design on the coin was stamped twice, slightly off each time. So you'll see doubled letters or numbers, especially on United States of America, or E pluribus unum. Kind of like the coin had too much coffee and started seeing double. Now, that's not the only reason this coin raked in the big bucks. The condition was insane, like minty fresh, almost like the quarter had been living in a temperature-controlled spa its whole life. We're talking about a near-perfect grade MS 68 or higher. MS stands for mint state, and that number goes up to 70. So 68 is basically just rolled off the press condition. So between the rare error and the flawless condition, you've got the coin equivalent of a unicorn. That's what collectors go crazy for. And crazy they went. One of them whipped out $91,000 for it at auction. Imagine that phone call. "Hey honey, I just bought a quarter." "Oh, cool. Did you need change for parking?"
No.
"I spent 91 grand on it." Cue dramatic pause. Now here's where it gets personal. About 6 months ago, I was going through a jar of coins. You know the kind of jar that just collects spare change, bent paper clips, and mystery lint. Anyway, I found a 2001 D quarter. My heart skipped a beat. I remembered the story about the $91,000 one, and I was like, this is it. This is my golden ticket. I'm about to quit my job and become a full-time beach bum. So I whip out the magnifying glass, like I'm Sherlock Holmes of pocket change, and I'm inspecting every little letter. Unfortunately, mine looked like it had been through the garbage disposal and then run over by a lawnmower. No double die. No spa treatment. Just 25 cents and a dream crushed like a soda can. But hey, now I always check my change. And you should too. So what's the takeaway here? 1. Coin collecting isn't just for your grandpa anymore. Point 2. Errors are valuable. Just like in life, sometimes being a little off makes you special. Point 3. Your junk drawer might be sitting on a small fortune and you don't even know it yet. If you've got a 2001D quarter, take a close look. If it's in super sharp condition and you see any doubling, don't spend it on a candy bar. Take it to a coin expert. Or, buy the candy bar after you get your check for $91,000. If this video made you laugh, think twice before spending your spare change, or just gave you an excuse to dig through your couch cushions, do me a solid, hit that subscribe button. I've got more tips on coins worth money, fun stories, and smart collecting strategies coming your way. Trust me, you don't want to be the one who spends a treasure at a vending machine. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We're diving into the world of the 1999 Mint Mark Washington quarter, the one that could be hiding in your junk drawer, your car cup holder, or stuck under your couch cushion right now. So grab a snack, kick back, and let's talk about how a plain old quarter could be the best investment you never knew you made. Alright, so let's rewind to 1999. It was the year of dial-up internet, flip phones, and the Backstreet Boys were everywhere. It was also the year the US Mint kicked off the state quarter series. People went nuts for these quarters. Every grandma, uncle, and gas station cashier was hoarding them, thinking they'd all be worth something someday. Spoiler alert, most aren't. But here's where it gets interesting. That little 1999 Mint Mark quarter isn't just another state quarter. Some of them were struck with a major minting error. Let's break it down. There's a version of the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter minted in Philadelphia with what's called a strong strike die clash error. That's a fancy way of saying something went wrong at the mint and two dies smacked together without a coin in between, leaving some really funky imprints on the coins that followed. Now, normally errors like that are kinda cool, maybe worth a few bucks, but this one of these rare 1999 quarters in pristine condition sold for over $91,000 at auction. That's more than a Tesla, that's more than student loans, that's more than my first apartment and car combined. And let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out an old coin jar at my mom's house, the one that's been on top of the fridge since 2003, and I found a bunch of old quarters, including a 1999 one. I got excited, I thought I struck it rich. I pulled out my magnifying glass like Sherlock Holmes of loose change. Spoiler alert, it wasn't the jackpot quarter, but it got me hooked. I started looking at all my change differently, and that's how I ended up here today, making videos about coins and yelling at strangers on the internet to check their pockets. So what makes this quarter so valuable? It's all about condition, rarity, and that juicy error. If you've got a 1999 quarter, look closely, check for doubling, weird impressions, or any part of the design that looks off. Better yet, if you think it's something special, take it to a reputable coin dealer or send it in to be graded A. Top grade error coin is where the real money comes in. We're talking MS67 or higher. That's mint state, not something you dropped in the parking lot and ran over with your SUV. But hey, even if it's not perfect, it could still fetch a few $100. That's still better than 25 cents. So next time you're handed a quarter at the store or digging through the sofa for remote batteries, don't overlook that 1999 Mint Mark. It might just be your lucky day, and if you find one worth thousands, don't forget who told you about it. Alright, now if you love finding treasure in your spare change and want more tips, tricks, and hilarious coin-obsessed rants from yours truly, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, smack that like, turn on the bell so you never miss out on another coin that could pay for your next vacation or your next trip to the grocery store. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, or if your grandma still has a state quarter map hanging in the hallway. I want to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next big payday might already be in your pocket.